Sorry guys, it seems I'm having some technical issues here as my stream has decided to go upside down. Let me get this fixed. So you'll be seeing a nice view of my hand. Alright, that's better. Sorry for this. I don't know why that happened. It decided to just go upside down, I guess. So anyway, here I am. And thank you for joining me tonight. Tonight's topic will be on soul love in a very general, a broad term, I guess, because, well, it doesn't have to be romantic, for instance. It's just, it could be love can exist between family and friends and even pets, for instance, or anything really. So, without further ado, I'd like to say hello to some of you guys. I see Ginny in there in the chat, so I have a separate screen with my so I can see what's going on there. I'm using my phone again because I have to move to a different part of the house that I couldn't bring my PC there. So I hope the sound and the is all like the sound and the video is all good, not too choppy or anything like that. So yeah, um, what my intention is for tonight is well, as some of you might know, like especially my good friends, they know that um, I have quite some experience with what you would call soul love, like love that goes beyond the normal, the usual plane of existence, I guess, uh, that exceeds the self in a way, and it's certainly like there's a lot to be found on topics like twin souls, soulmates, and the various kinds of of like twin flames and stuff. And it's often made out to be some sort of like this great fairy tale type, like some sort of fairy tale marriage, something like that. Um, which is not true. Um, any kind of soul relationship, if it's or soulmates or twin souls or whatever, any kind of relationship with any being that is in your soul group can be very painful, because basically that's kind of how we learn and grow. And as your team, basically your soul groups can be seen as your team, and as such, um, they want to succeed, they want to move on, and oftentimes that means they bring about some very harsh lessons. So, oh, you have to be ready for that, and sometimes once you are like when you already have. Hi Lucia, thanks for joining. Um, Sometimes, yeah, when you are ready for that and you meet that one of these beings or several of them, and it's certainly not easy. Like, it can cause a lot of pain and at the same time a lot of bliss. And it doesn't matter if that person, if you're in a romantic relationship, it could be a good friendship, could be your family, anything like that. And sometimes they say, your worst enemies can be your best friends. Like even um, someone you might hate in this lifetime could be one of your soulmates teaching you a great lesson. Um, they often hold mirrors for us. Some of them show us things that we don't want to see about ourselves, or so like by mimicking us in a sense that things you find annoying about them, it's kind of also something you need to change about yourself, or or sometimes they are everything that you are not. So you're like exact opposites. And I'd say I have walked that path. I'd say for a very long time. I've been exposed to that type of relationship, I guess, for about 14 years now, 15 actually by now. So that's a very long time, and I have currently reached a point that um, I feel ready to share some of the energies with, well, with the world, I guess, and maybe help people who are struggling with similar things, or um, just even help open up if you want that sort of bond in your life, um, or just relax and enjoy that, um, what will be put out. I'd say, um, well, as I said in my opening post, I guess, on this, I will be joined tonight by one of my own soulmates. There is something you have to keep in mind, that um, the members of your soul group, they can be all over the place. So they might be human and incarnated. Uh, I guess usually some of them are, as you don't really travel alone. But there are others that are not incarnated, and it's kind of often like you switch a little bit, and sometimes one of them, like, you will be incarnated and you will be sort of coached by them from the other side, or maybe the next time they will incarnate and you will be coaching them. So in that respect, well, some of them may even not be human at all. Like it's so. I mean, I used to think that was nonsense, but it's. I mean, it makes sense that I've heard stories of people having extraterrestrial soulmates, and why not? I mean, of course, if aliens exist, I mean, I'm pretty sure they exist. So they have bodies and they have souls, so they could be from your soul group, so to say. So yeah, or a fairy or anything. So mine, I have a few soulmates that aren't human either. I prefer to keep their identity anonymous for now, but at the same time, it doesn't really matter. I mean, they could be human, they could be like ghosts, or um, what I'm about to do. You can do the same thing. If you have a soulmate that is a human and is incarnated, but you're separated, like living on uh, the other side of the world, for instance, you may want to uh, tune in with them on the astral as well. So for them, it's kind of the same way as working with non-physical beings. Um, I'm going to get ready a little bit for the ritual thing. um, I hope you will be able to get something out of this, and you can try to. I advise to try and relax. Uh, Maybe we can all just do a little bit of grounding first, like. Um, you can follow me in that. I will do some grounding for myself to get in the right state of mind, and you can join me. I guess you can join me in the ritual itself, or whatever you really choose to, what you think is a good idea. Maybe you can follow the similar motions as I'm doing. Um, I don't think I will be talking much. I mean, if this all works, I can always like make some sort of guided meditation afterwards. But yeah, you can just tap in and maybe visualize your own, or maybe if your own soulmate or one of your soulmates is with you, you can both tune in or make it work for you. And otherwise, maybe just relax and enjoy some good vibes, because that's what I feel like sharing here mostly. So I'm waiting for my rabbit to shut up. On the other hand, that shouldn't be bothering me by now. So I will light some extra incense. I got this little, basically what's over here is representing some of my own soulmates, and one in particular. Um, I prefer to keep them a bit out of sight, like just my own privacy as well as theirs. But they're still here, like still part of it. And there's one of them in particular that has been um, giving me instructions on this particular ritual, so they will be more prominent. So he's kind of represented in this. I can move this forward, this one, a little bit. That would be him right here. I'll move a little bit so you can see what I'm doing. I hope you. I hope I'm still like fully visible. So I'll be quiet for now and try to. Maybe I will try to guide you into some grounding exercise for everyone who wishes to join. So for that, I will still be talking a little bit. So what you want to do, if you want to take part in this, is you sit down. It's important for this one that you are seated. You may lie down, but for this it's better if you sit on a chair or on the ground. Um, I'm sure some of you may be familiar with this grounding exercise. Um, it's a good way to get in the right state of mind. So I'm trying to do this while I'm following the exercise as well. What you do is sit down and you visualize like a sort of a root getting out from outside your spine, going all the way down from your lowest chakra, um, and imagine it to be like a tail like where you're when back when we were animals, basically, where your tail used to be. Imagine expanding that, like going all the way down into the earth, into the earth core. I may be going a bit fast. I'm just following my own pace a bit, so you can always rewatch this, I guess. So what you will try to do is connect with the core. You may see some sort of glowing ball. Visualize whatever you think is the core of the earth and grab it with your tail, and make sure you have a strong connection, and allow it to pull you down a bit. And then at some point, when you're ready, you may feel the energy sort of coming back in and flowing through your chakras. And let it all pass all of them. So make sure you're all like clear of any stress, and make sure that every muscle in your body is relaxed. You may start with your toes, see if there's any tension there, and then relax them. Then move up to your ankles, relax your ankles, your lower legs, your knees, your upper legs, your lower belly, and try to breathe through your nose and allow your stomach to move instead of your chest when you're breathing in and out. So next, relax your upper belly, and as well as your chest muscles, your arms, your fingers, even the fingertips. Sometimes you maybe may have a tightened grip a little bit. That's a very important one. Release your finger as well. And go up to the neck, and ultimately also the muscles in your face. And for this particular ritual, it's a good idea to keep your heart open. Allow the energy to come in through your heart chakra. Or, yeah, basically that. It should be a green chakra. Try to absorb it maybe through the screen or whatever device you're watching. And we will be sending it to you. So if you're all ready, I am ready by now, so enjoy. it should be done by now. Went very quickly, I guess. I'm still waking up a little bit. um, I hope you guys weren't too bothered by my rabbit making the noise, but I saw some very interesting things there myself. I had some very unexpected help, actually, that I didn't ask for, but that spirit will certainly be rewarded for his help. He's done really, yeah, that's, I got some very unexpected yet very typical help on this very subject. And I'm not sure if I should reveal who who it was, but it just happened, and basically he helped with the whole process of spreading the energy and making sure it was being sent all over to everyone who was watching. So I might reveal that later on. Right now, I'm not sure if that's. I don't mean to be secretive or anything. I'm just. Sometimes it's better to not reveal it, but yeah. I'm still pondering on that. Before I kind of want to say it, but before I do anything stupid, you know. So I can have a look at the chat a little bit if you guys have any questions or comments, or I see the video is a little bit choppy, so I hope that will be better. Like, I don't know, it's always something. If you're working with spirits, maybe there was some sort of shield or anything like that. But by any means, like I'm still waking up a little bit, and if this was successful, I might do it more often. I mean, spreading love can't really hurt, I guess. I mean, if you got plenty of it, and it's not like I'm spreading anything. Oh, I'd almost say it's not like I'm spreading anything dangerous. I mean, it's something we all need, and I hope this may have given at least someone a boost or help in overcoming some obstacles, maybe, or get you ready for help getting yourself ready for such a relationship. So yeah. Yeah, Jenny, connecting with the earth is very scary. I mean, I was nervous for that part as well, because I tend to get a little bit dizzy or even sick. But at the same time, maybe that is something that, I mean, I must say that right after, I got a little bit, I felt like I was going to faint. But at the same time, you have to, maybe that's part of something you have to go through, you know? Um, Especially if you want to get ready for these soul connections, you have to be ready for these very intense energies. So yeah. And you kind of have to be whole with yourself. Sometimes you need to be able to deal with certain things yourself first before you can even be exposed to anyone else. in that sense, I mean, especially if you're talking about astral connection with your soulmates, it's a different thing than just evoking a spirit, so to say, or just working with even a deceased human being, or it's a different thing. And also on a human level, it's not just someone coming along. You have to be able to deal with your own emotions on that, but also theirs. So yeah. Ah, Lucia, you think you know who it was? Well, there are several spirits that were here, but it's funny because this spirit really he's an angelic being who really has a lot to do. I mean, according to light workers, he has a lot to do with this whole twin soul thing, and he so it makes so much sense that he helped out. Um, Basically, yeah, I'm not gonna say his name. No. So uh, before I regret it, I might like add it in the comments later on, if or in the descriptions if I feel like it's a good idea. But he's very he's very much involved with the connecting, for helping form the connections, but also breaking connections. But I feel this particular spirit has had a part in um, having severed or broken certain connections, and he is eager to turn those tables, to turn it around, and make himself useful. So I think that's why he came through like this, and I'm very grateful for him to be doing that, and I will definitely give him an offering for it later on. So yeah, I'm not sure if I covered everything because I was a bit nervous, but if you guys have any questions or anything to say, I mean, we might as well just have a drink together or something like that. I certainly need. I certainly could use a nice beer right now. So yeah, I just hope I was able to help out one way or another. I mean, there's plenty of people, especially in this day and age, like in these times. These are very interesting times. So, is lighting a candle considered an offering? Yes, if yes, of course. If that candle is dedicated, no, of course it doesn't have to be food or drinks. I mean, Lucifer, for instance, he loves. I mean, for me, he loves to get crystals from me or jewelry. Um, I think it also depends on what um, what that spirit is to you and what you are to them. But I'd say food and candles and incense. Of course, if you dedicate it to them, um, you can. I personally do that by carving their sigil or their name in the candle, or I place the candle um, on their sigil, something like that, or especially if I don't know the spirit very well. But yeah, um, that can definitely be an offering, and sometimes the non-food offerings will be like more uh, like how do you say that? I'm lost for words in English. It will be something more permanent, like long term. Food and incense, especially incense and candles. It's fleeting, but maybe that's part of the charm, I guess. um, I don't really have an altar at all, but that's just me. I have places where, well, they have kind of a shared little thing on the chimney, like it's right up there. Um, but not really an altar, I guess. Maybe it's not really necessary because I live here on my own, just me and my dog and rabbits. So um, my house is my altar. Yeah. Yeah, you can make them things as well, of course. That's what they love. Also, blood. They love blood. Uh, what I also do is sometimes when I cut my hair, I give them some of my dreadlocks. Like I've given them. Um, that's part of that has to do with dreadlocks, like the idea of dreadlocks in a religious way or spiritual way is that I mean, according to several traditions, dreadlocks carry your life energy. So it's kind of similar to blood in a sense, but it's also the idea that your dreadlocks have been with you for ever since you got them. So everything that has happened to you is sort of your dreadlocks were there. So yeah, I suppose, but usually I ask the spirits. So, but yeah, I know for instance, Belial, he has specifically asked me for my dreadlocks, like just a few of them. Just he said just three locks, and I'll be very happy. And because that's not so, although like hair, but also nails, I wouldn't give that to a spirit that you barely know. Like it takes a lot of trust because your hair, it's especially if it's like knotted like dreadlocks. It's there is a lot of power in there, so it's not something to be given lightly. I mean, even in the Bible, I believe the story. I think it was Samson. Yeah, Samson. He had these. He had this superhuman strength, and he had dreadlocks too. And as soon as I think his wife got cut his dreadlocks off, so his his strength was gone. Yeah. So yeah, but it's also for instance in Senegal in West Africa they believe that, oh, just as I said, there's this religion called Baifal, and whenever they do cut their dreadlocks, they will have it buried with them in the sand, like in the they will, yeah, it will remain with them till death, and their dreadlocks will be buried with them. So yeah, that's it. If you put any value, I think it also depends on if you put value to something. So an offering will be as valuable as you make it. If it's something special for you, if it's something special for you to give, it will be special for the spirit. So yeah. Yeah, I think Muslim women don't cut their hair either, or not. Oh, that's actually probably another reason why they got their head covered. I mean, yeah. So I think I'm gonna wrap it up a little for tonight. I'm getting a bit tired as well. Um, not sure if you have any questions or comments, or if you have anything more to say about the topic of soulmates or soul groups. Um, to anyone who's still searching, like, just open your heart, and I'd say make sure that you are fulfilled with yourself first, because any even if it's friendship, if any type of relationship, sorry, that's my dog in the background. Any type of relationship, if you can fill your own holes first, you won't have to um, take that energy from someone else. Um, a lot of relationships, whether it's friends or family or romantic relationships, a lot of people look for something in someone else, something that they are lacking, something that they're missing, and they're trying to fill up a hole. And this becomes that way. It becomes like a relationship where it's um, about sending and taking, instead of when you are at least to a certain degree, like you're happy with yourself, have you can fulfill your own needs. That way you have plenty to give. That's the only way you can give, because you'll be overflowing in a way. So in that sense, it becomes not about sending and taking, but more about giving and receiving for real. Like not just receiving, but um, embracing as well. So yeah, that's my advice on that one. And I hope you all enjoyed it, and I hope you all will be able to get something out of it, or at least just enjoy some relaxing vibes. And well, I know this is like not very dark, but I'd say for now, spread the love, and thanks everyone for watching. And good night. See you next time.